It's now
Nah.
been over a month since I primarily switched from streaming on
Exactly.
Twitch
This
to
is some
streaming on
information.
YouTube. I spent about 5 or 6 years exclusively in the trenches of Twitch streaming, and now I've recently done a cannonball into the deep end of the pool of the YouTube ecosystem for streams.
Exactly, bro. This
I
will be
just wanted
so.
to debrief on the whole thing because I've been getting asked a lot, not only by chat, but by friends of mine, what the big differences are, what makes one better than the other, which I prefer. And I thought this would be an interesting topic because for a lot of people, Twitch versus YouTube for streaming is a lot like Coke versus Pepsi. They're very similar, but there are subtle differences that make people prefer one over the other. And for streaming, it's obviously Twitch that's the preference. And I just kind of want to go over this whole situation here.
Please, I want to see his perspective.
From an apple of my tree of knowledge, and just bestow upon you the sage wisdom that I've been gathering.
I want to see what he reveals in this
video. Because I am the one that walks between worlds. I'm like fucking John Constantine. So let's just start out with the obvious differences that you'll hear everybody mention. YouTube streaming has no culture to it. It is very bland. It's very vanilla. There's no real identity to YouTube streaming chat culture. And that's not something that you can really teach or artificially integrate into a platform. It's like
I have seen both sides of this world, chat.
You can teach about basketball, but ultimately there are certain things you can't that'll make you a better basketball player. And for YouTube streaming, that is its chat culture. And let me break down exactly what that means here, because if you don't watch Twitch streams, then what I'm saying right now is a giant nothing burger of mumbo jumbo. Like, what the fuck is chat culture? Well, on Twitch, since it's been around for so long now, the community that watches Twitch streams has grown together and created a very unique identity for itself, where it has this DNA that's shared across every streamer's chat on the platform.
I can relate to this,
inside jokes or certain
that's why I'm like
spammed at certain
loving
times during the stream, and it doesn't matter who the streamer
my decision to stream on Twitch as well.
Itself is always in on the same general jokes or emotes and
yeah, exactly. They're on the same page.
But if you've ever been on Twitch or streamed on Twitch, you'll know what I mean. There are just certain things in there where instead of just spamming like full conversational texts in a Twitch chat, they'll sum it up with like one line and an emote. You know, there's just so many ways that Twitch chat expresses itself.
But there's just one thing:
that other platforms don't, and frankly, other platforms just can't. That's not something that you can bring to your platform. It has to happen organically over a long period of time. Twitch has been around for so long, and despite being absolutely massive, the community itself still feels very tight-knit, which makes the streaming and chat experience on Twitch just overall
it's nice, but the money,
engaging.
The money.
On YouTube, it's like Sasquatch. That doesn't exist. And another thing, Twitch does a really good job of making the chats readable. This is a huge thing, actually. Even in the biggest Twitch streams on that platform, you can read the chat because they're smart in that they hold messages for a very small period of time, so that way they come in chunks, which makes it legible. And on YouTube, they don't do that. Ludwig compared it to a sink faucet being turned on, which I think is a beautiful description of it, because it's just this endless flood of gobbledygook. Like, you can't read anything on a YouTube stream.
Because they are big streamers. I can read each and every single chat.
They don't hold anything. It's just real time blasting you with information, and if you try to read it, your brain is going to blue screen. It's incomprehensible because they don't hold it, which makes it detrimental to the health of a stream.
Was leaning towards Twitch plus side, I think.
If you can't engage with your community, they're often not going to stick around. This one actually has a super simple solution I am shocked they haven't implemented yet. Just put the rectangle in the rectangle-shaped hole here. Just hold the messages for a second. Just let them marinate for a second before sending them out, so that way it's not just this endless Star Wars scrolling text of things that nobody can read. YouTube more in line with the chat experience on Twitch, and it works pretty well. It is a band-aid to a bit of a boo-boo that... So I know there are tools, there are options here, but I feel like YouTube could definitely work on the simple things like the messages, a better chat experience from a functionality standpoint. Now, there's two other big differences. The one that everyone's going to mention is discoverability, and I do think that's still correct. Now that I've been on YouTube for a month, I can say with confidence, nobody is finding your stream unless they are already on your channel.
Exactly.
There's no way to find streams on YouTube effectively. If you
But actually, I would like to say one point. If you are doing please donate donation streams, you will be discovered on this platform.
Forsaken wasteland that is the YouTube streaming tab.
It's like you are basically giving money on live stream. Why would you not get discovered?
Looking for any kind of interesting stream will be a daunting task. Like, you'd have an easier time having a threesome within the next 10 minutes than you would finding a single interesting stream that you might enjoy. The only way you find streams on YouTube is if you already watch the person that's streaming it. It is extremely difficult.
I'm collecting viewers from Roblox, and please donate and pulling
I've done
in
a lot of exploring here.
and to mouth like friends telling each other.
I do think discoverability has suffered over the last few years, but that's just because of the oversaturation of streams in general. But on Twitch, it's far easier to find what you want. You go to the category of the game that sounds appealing, you'll look at the titles, you know, like, oh, this one sounds interesting, fingering butthole for $20. I'll take a peek, you know, is he actually going into the chocolate starfish here for donations? I mean, what's going on here? So then you click on it, and it's a channel you've never seen before.
That's so funny.
And you maybe give them a chance, and maybe you end up liking the stream. On YouTube, that's not going to happen. You just don't have that happen. It currently just feels like streaming is a bit of an afterthought here. There are some problems that I think could be addressed and could be fixed pretty quickly, and this is one of them. It's been in a pretty bad state for
Does Choco think he's gonna reach 2K,
inception.
yes or no?
It really feels like
we're gonna reach 2K, but maybe in some days, maybe next week, maybe some days over the next week.
Secret. Like,
we will
YouTube
reach.
is keeping streaming a hush-hush whisper, like just a secret functionality. I think there's a large number of people that don't even know YouTube streams exist. I really think that. Because again, the only way new faces...
I'm glad. I love so much my decision to stream on Twitch as well. I mean, you see this, these 700, okay, 715, most of them are on my Discord and YouTube, but like I have met so many people first time on Twitch. Like, if I was just streaming on YouTube, I would never get discovered to those people. And streaming Roblox dev stream on Twitch is so nice that I can do the same stream on YouTube. It don't work like that. I would give a plus point to Twitch for this Roblox dev streams. Yeah, that is, I would have never ever discovered that, to be honest. Australia or USA, what do you prefer? I don't know, man. I don't know. I have not gone through these both countries though. I would prefer my country, to be honest. Remember me, Yote, I remember you.
Can even find a stream
I
is if it
clearly remember your
recommended
name
to
and your
them.
profile picture.
And in that case, it's just a gamble. You just have to hope that for some reason you made it into their algorithm, and then they saw that you were streaming and maybe wanted to give it a try. But other than that, you're not really going to be seen by people that don't already know of your existence. So as a new streamer just starting out, YouTube is absolutely not the platform for you, I don't think. You'd be streaming to a fucking graveyard. Now,
no, I mean, I know why he's saying like this. It's in a different context. But you have friends of Roblox and please donate category, then you will be discovered. That is so on point. But only if you're donating, lol, you'll get served, but that served will be there only for donations. Only a fraction of them will stay with you for a period of time. So how do you have 75k raised? I'm a developer, right?
There's one other thing I think Twitch does significantly better than YouTube, and then I want to get into what I think YouTube does better than Twitch. But on Twitch, subscribers is done much better. When you subscribe on Twitch, you all know what it means. It means you're giving money to a streamer. Twitch has something called Prime, where you can get a free sub to a streamer.
I got a Prime sub today. Thank you to Joshua.
Nothing. It's an unbeatable service, and something YouTube legitimately can't match unless it wants to start offering an equivalent for YouTube Premium members. So, like, if you have YouTube Premium, then you get one free...
Able to make it. I'm watching on my tablet. I love you. You are a great person. Hopefully we hit 2K today. Nah, 2K is not hitting today. It will take a week or something like that.
Such a mass...
This video is amazing. This is Twitch versus YouTube. He's explaining, because now Moist Critical has moved to YouTube streaming, right? He's explaining both sides of it. And I am literally living both sides right now. So I can relate to this video.
Net loss of money for the company.
I'm live on Twitch as well.
Continues to offer primes, but they're not doing it with a smile on their face. They're doing that
on
with a
Kick
big
as
old
well.
frown. Like the fucking fattest frown of all time. They're praying that you don't remember to use it, because when you use it, it just costs them money, and they get nothing in return for it other than just...
Well, man, got good to go to bed. Peace, I'll miss you if we hit 2K. We know the drill. Message me. Alright. I'm number 6 on the leaderboard. W. Bro, let me tell you one thing. That event is for 1 week. Make sure to join game and don't drop your... I mean, see to it that people don't, like, what do you say? takeover. What's my username?
But
I'll send it.
YouTube doesn't have that. But another thing YouTube doesn't have is an identity to its memberships. When you hear subscribe on Twitch, you immediately know what it is. When you hear membership on YouTube, you're left scratching your head going, what are you talking about? Because even when you're looking at the stream, there's no membership button. But then when you're actually watching the stream, you'll notice there's no such thing as the membership button. It's a goddamn lie. What you need to locate is the join button, which in and of itself is kind of in a suboptimal location. It's right next to the subscribe button there, and on mobile, good luck finding that. It's a game of Where's Waldo. But then
exactly, bro. I hate this.
You become a member.
Chat, can you see a join button on my stream right now?
That's confusing. That's super convoluted. Like, if I didn't know what that button did, I would never touch it. I'd avoid it like the plague. Because what are you joining? You joining a Discord
50
channel?
Robux, you owe me.
Club? Like, what are you joining? Joining a newsletter or joining a community tab?
You full on friends, man.
Like, it doesn't.
Yeah, I gotta remove some people
It should just be called
who are inactive.
membership or something. Like, it should show you exactly what it is, because right now it's a mystery game of what join does, and nobody plays the game. No one's clicking that button. Now, those are like the major differences that I think Twitch does better than YouTube.
Now I want to see what is YouTube.
Some of the things I think YouTube does.
I want to see, because I can't. Only one thing I can say, like split 70-30 is nice. I don't know more pros about YouTube though. I want to see it.
The biggest one for me, and I think it is an incredible quality of life change to streaming that I think is a great thing for viewers. It's the ability to rewind a stream. So on any YouTube stream you go to, you can go back. You can go back and see what you've missed and catch up that way, or you just watch like parts of something if you missed it a little and check before they ask. I am a big fan of the ability to rewind streams, and another is YouTube still currently limited to the bitrate that it's at. YouTube doesn't have that problem, so streams generally are looking better on YouTube. That one's super simple. It's just on the technical side of things.
I see the join button. On mobile, don't unfriend me.
I also do think that it runs better on mobile. Twitch mobile to me has been an absolute fucking joke of a service for a long time. Watch problems as well, because once you're done streaming, it goes to your channel in the
you see join button VV
it's also
Y20 V
a lot better than on Twitch when it comes to the VOD content. So if you do ads during your stream, there's more value. You get more.
Did you see an ad when you start my stream?
Out of that than you do on Twitch, and that extends to the VODs where you. Notifications aren't exactly.
Wait, he's talking about notifications.
But it also brings me to another problem. I just mentioned notifications when my stream goes live. That's not commonplace. Notifications aren't exactly the norm for YouTube streams. Very few people get them. I was actually talking to Danny about it like 2 weeks ago. Danny has no idea when I go live, and he's subscribed with the bell and all of that shit, but still, that notification doesn't really get sent out. Whereas on Twitch, you know what you're there for. You're there for streams. So you'll get notification for streams. YouTube, you're not really there for streams. Nobody's really there for streams. They're there for the VODs, their video content. Yeah. So when a stream notification is supposed to go out, a lot of people either won't get it, A, or B, don't really know like what the fuck is going on because it's a kind of long notification.
Exactly. And notifications, true.
Channel name, stream now, and then title, and then thumbnail. So it's kind of you have enough to over time grow or maintain an audience, because a lot of people go to Twitch just for comfort, background noise or something. So as long as you're there for that, you'll find success through just consistency. YouTube is kind of the opposite. No one's going to YouTube streams for the comfort or anything. They're going there for the novelty of it right now, because again, it's not why you go to YouTube. So if you see a stream and you're like, oh, this sounds interesting, then you check it out for a little bit, and you need to capture those viewers' attention. And usually if you're just doing daily streams, you're not coming up with innovative new creative ideas for every stream, so there's a good chance someone tunes in and they're not interested in the game or whatever you're doing. So
exactly, this is a big thing on YouTube. You need to be creative with each and every stream, bro. Like literally on Twitch you can do freaking same thing for an entire year. It's fine.
So Twitch is really good for daily streams. YouTube,
exactly,
you'll probably find more success if every stream is a like unique one. A big thing to think about when streaming on YouTube is, does this stream work well as a VOD? And if the answer to that is yes, then YouTube is a really good streaming platform, because you can stream it live, you can engage with the community live, and then it lives on as a VOD, which is very monetized effectively and can enter the YouTube video algorithm. So you can
that's why I trim my streams so that you can watch them back as a VOD.
It's like a good VOD. Twitch, that doesn't happen. Once this stream is done, very few people are going to look for the VOD on
Of
Twitch,
course.
content on Twitch while it's live. But once that live stream is over, that VOD content will work much better on YouTube
Yeah,
than it
true.
will on
Perfect.
collection of everything I've had so far on both streaming platforms. Again, I've only been streaming on YouTube consistently for like the last month and a half, whereas I spent 5 years on Twitch. Was when I streamed on here 6 years ago or whatever it was. They have made a lot of improvements, that's for damn sure.
All
But
right.
there's still a lot of wiggle room
I am
here for
living
more improvements. There's still a lot of room to grow
Both
for them.
sides
So
right
yeah,
now.
just wanted to put all this out here.
I
That's really about
agree.
it. So yeah.
Most of the things you said. Chad, I'm getting hearts from big YouTubers. I got a heart from Jeremy Rig Everything. Yesterday I got a heart from Blood. I got a heart from a Daily Dose of Internet. Yesterday, that's W.